friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Today, I recently purchased some pencils from Temu, and I thought I would give them a shot and see how they perform. They look like this. They're called Marie's 168 colors oil colored pencils. Now, when you see the ad for these, you can either get the watercolor ones or the oil ones. And I thought to myself, I wonder if that's like a knockoff Polychromos, and if you get the watercolor ones, it's like a knockoff Albert Durr. But I decided to just get the oil ones, and then if they were like really good, then maybe I'll go back and get the watercolor ones. But first off, they came in like a styrofoam thing, and it was like double wrapped in bubble wrap, but it's still, the box did get kind of damaged right here still. And this is the back side. It shows all the colors right here on the side here. And it's kind of a unique design. You take off the lid and all the pencils are in trays like this. So I noticed right away, like, there's some puckering. See how some of them lay really nice and then others don't. And they have, like, they're covered on the end, so they're dipped on the end. They do have a colored name, and they say oil on them. There's a number here, but there's a number here. Let's look at another pencil. This first number is the same number. It's the bottom numbers that are different. So maybe this number indicates like the brand of pencil or something. But yeah, you get, I'll just put out the trays here. Four, 5, 6, 7. So there's a total of 7 trays, and they stack up really nicely. I don't know if I'll keep these in the box or if I will put them in a pencil case. But for now, since I don't have a pencil case, I'll just keep them in the box. Yeah, I noticed there are some flaws in a few of them. Just show you this one. There's like a crack right there. But it doesn't carry through the whole barrel. It's just on the top. So let me see if we sharpen it, if that goes away. Okay, so I sharpened it and I still see the line, but I mean, it's not a Polychromos pencil. So do I think these are like a Polychromos pencil? I think they're a lot lighter than a Polychromos pencil. I will color them down on paper and see how I feel. They do feel more like an Artex pencil, but the Artex pencils are wax and these are supposedly oil. We can give them a test on some paper and see what we think. I'm going to stack them up. The sharpener that I'm using is this one right here. It's called the Mitsubishi 2000, and it's similar to the doll, and you can sharpen it and make it the point sharper or blunt, twisting that little thing on the side. I got this one because it has rubber clasps in the side so that it doesn't damage my pencils. I got it a while ago, like years ago, and it's still going strong. So yeah, let's just move some of these, and I'm going to pull out a book, and we will have a play with these pencils, and I will tell you my thoughts. Let's do this one. Most of us have a Johanna Basford book. If not, this is not an Amazon print paper. This is more of a nicer premium paper. So I thought we could just test it in this Rooms of Wonder. And this is the page that I thought we could test it on, because there's like a lot of like little objects, and then I could just like test, like I could just go from shelf to shelf using different pencils, and eventually it will get done. But yeah, I just thought that might be a good idea. Let me see if I need to, yeah, I'm gonna zoom up. Sorry about that, guys. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. I want to work on that shelf with the camera. This one right here. This is tricky, maybe because my book doesn't lay flat because I have it on this other thing. So maybe we'll work in one of these. Let me pick one. I have like no plan here. Maybe we'll work on this one right here. It's a little, looks kind of like a birdhouse and a water thing. Yeah, we'll just go for it. Let me pull out some colors and we'll see how they perform. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just organizing a little bit. So first off, I'm not going to sharpen, and I'm going to just go in and see how it is when I don't sharpen the pencil. They seem to lay down pretty well on paper. Now I'm going to sharpen it and see if it feels different with a sharp lead. I'm going to advise that if you get a new set of colored pencils, to always sharpen them, because sometimes they can have a different feel. I'm going to use a lighter color to blend in between. I just want to see. And this is more like, so this one was number 62. This is number 60, so it's just a couple shades lighter. And I'm just going to color them in between. I want to see if I can take a darker color. Now that I've pressed pretty hard into the paper, I probably should put something behind that, because, yeah, knowing me, I'll leave grooves in the paper. So just putting a little cutting mat underneath that. I'm going to take a darker color. This is a 65. And I'm going to see if I can go even darker on the sides. Like if it will let me layer it even more. Even though I've pressed pretty hard. And it seems to be letting me. You guys can see that. The natural lighting is better for my camera, but it makes it a little trickier for me to actually see. So hopefully that looks okay. Let's try. Let's try brown. Okay guys, give me just a second. I think I have someone at my house. Sorry about that, guys. I had the people that do my maintenance were at my door to repair some blind fixtures on my window. So I'm just coloring a little bit with these browns. Just want to try to get an idea of different colors to see how smooth or how rough they are. They seem to be going down on this paper fairly well. I tend to always color from dark to light. If you guys are curious, I'm trying to hold the pencil back a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm doing. But they seem to be performing pretty well for a Temu colored pencil. Now, do I feel like they feel like polychromos? I don't. I think they feel, I don't know, they feel kind of, they feel like they have wax in them. They don't feel like they're just oil-based. I'm just going to color with these a little bit more, and then I'm gonna, sorry, my hand's in the way. Yeah, that's better. You guys will probably see better that way. They're not like flaky. That's a pro. So for this pencil set, US cost, it was like around $40-ish. I'm gonna pull out a polychromos and feel one of those in my hand. Just to give you 2-color blend of polychromos. I'm gonna, yeah, they don't feel like a polychromos, they feel waxier. Than a poly. I mean, they still perform pretty decent. These lines are the yellow is going to be the polychromos, and then the teal is this Marie's 168 colored pencil, oil-based colored pencils. They feel better than the Spearfarbens, and Spearfarbens are oil-based. Just to give you guys an idea of these pencils and my thoughts. Lately I've been testing out some different more budget-friendly options through Temu, just because I want to show you guys more budget-friendly options here on the channel, because I know that it's really expensive out there, and if you can get something that works for half the cost, go for it. That's what I think. You know? Yeah. I mean, I had a 3-color blend and the yellow was only a 2-color blend, but you can clearly see what I was capable of doing with those colored pencils. I mean, like, if I feel the weight, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, the poly is a little heavier. The diameter looks like, hard to tell, but look really similar. Yeah. But yeah, this is just kind of a little scribble test to see what I think of these Marie's colored pencils 168. I think that they are decent pencils after kind of giving it a little play. Earlier I had tried them and they were, it was a little more difficult to tell because I was just watching it on some random piece of paper, but I thought, okay, I need to really test them in a coloring book, so I just decided to pull this book because there's lots of little objects and we can definitely do a good test. Yeah, if we wanted to lighten the pressure, say you're not a heavy-handed colorist and you want to color lightly, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna just, how the lay down is on a light pressure. Seems to be pretty good. You can go back in with the medium pressure if you wanted. It will let you layer a little bit. Do I think it will layer for days like a polychromos? Probably not. Could you work with polychromos on top? You could. So you can use them together if you wanted. I'm just using that to enrich the wood. Yeah, so that is these Marie's colored pencils. And I don't know what this says. I don't know if that's a color name, but it looks, the symbols look exactly the same on the same pens or on the different pencils. So I think the only way to identify these pencils, if you're a swatcher, is through the numbers. But yeah, 168 pencils for about 40 bucks. I don't know how the watercolor ones are of this version, but so far I'm pretty pleased with them, and my hand feels good. It doesn't hurt or anything. So yeah, if you have any questions about these pencils that maybe I didn't talk about, I'd be more than happy to answer them. You can just leave it down in the comments, and I will, if I can find the link, I'll put a link for these pencils down in the description box below. And the polychromos pencils are just ones that come from Amazon. So yes, and this book is Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. I hope you enjoyed this little test of these pencils. I'm very pleased with the outcome of this pencil, and I look forward to using these pencils more. Thanks, friends.